time. I didn't have a girlfriend that I just lost or anything. Now fast forward a year. I get out of Hazelden. I stay clean for about half a year. Eventually fall off the wagon. It was weed that time. But it was like, well, weed was never really my problem.
A little thought scratching at your cortex.
Started taking bong loads, and next thing you know, I was back on it. And I'm in a hotel room. I was working at the time in the South Bay, my blue collar job, and then I also I was teaching digital editing in Huntington Beach. And
again, what man is hotter? Lady, I was working my blue collar job. I'm trying to get you married.
Thank you.
Because with me,
we're going to New York. Jay and I are going to New York today.
I'm saving myself for Andy Cohen. Or no, actually, I'm saving myself for Rufus Wainwright, just so my wife can make love to him by proxy.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, Rufus Wainwright is the high water mark. If you're going to go gay,
Nikki is shivering right now.
Lay on your back and hold your ankles for Rufus, whatever he wants.
There is
she could turn him. My wife said, she said to me, don't worry, listeners, we're getting back to Hazleton. Everyone goes, you guys get fucking sidetracked. That's what we love about it. She said, we were watching an Elvis documentary, and she goes, do you think Elvis would have liked me? And I go, oh my God, Elvis would have fucking loved you.
Elvis would have made a rap record for you.
Oh, Shama Shoes, Obama Blues. That's the deal, like Shaquille O'Neal.
So I go to this world-class... for those of you who are not familiar with
Hazelden, I think Clooney would marry her.
I hear, and I like George Clooney.
Don't say anything you can't take back, because the internet.
I'm not. And this is not my theory.
Okay.
But people who are in the business, who might know better. I'm not talking about Brad Pitt or anything, but like his best, or Don Cheadle. But these are people who have worked on movies with him and know and run in circles and stuff. Like, they say it as if it's gospel that George Clooney is a gay man and that all these beautiful women are his perfectly placed.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
And I said the same
Absolutely
thing.
Not true.
I said a guy can't get married and have kids. Like, he can't desire to get married and have kids, and he's automatically gay.
No, it's stupid.
But I'm not talking about like a key grip that was on one of the Ocean's movies. I'm talking like people. I'm like, why would you say that? Like legitimate Hollywood people.
Were those people gay?
No.
Gay people always want to bring other gay people.
2 of the 3.
Oh, honey, please. Mrs. Clooney's been with us for years.
One was a straight guy, and 2 of the 3 of them were women, hot chicks themselves.
Well, that's because they. Oh,
maybe they got an axe grind. Maybe they had an axe grind. Yeah.
They got rejected by Clooney, and they're like, he's gay. Fuck him.
I really think like he's not all hype. Like he's like he's
as cool as you think.
He's our cool guy.
He's Danny Ocean.
Hollywood elite. A-list star that everybody should really appreciate.
Yes, I sat next to him on a plane once, right after Out of Sight, long ass time ago, and he was on fucking Chicago, whatever that shit was, Chicago
ER, right?
ER, yeah. And they were shooting exteriors in Chicago.
Okay,
so he sit next to me on a flight. I was doing a gig, I guess, and I go, Out of Sight, man, that was just a great movie. And I go, and Jennifer Lopez, huh? And he goes, no. He just said the word no, and I go, no, and we're both drinking on the plane. I go, but come on, about 5 minutes go by, and I go, come on. He goes, no. He just kept saying no. Just outright, no. And I go, all right, let's say she's the biggest bitch to ever walk a planet. That face, that body, you got to admit. And he goes, hey, loud. Like the rest of first class is going, like they think I put my hands in his pocket. He goes, hey, there's nothing attractive about the woman. Okay?
Oh.
Okay, are we good? I go, we're real good. He goes, all right. We get some more drinks?
You've been in an intense situation before. That it would, you got the tingles when he was doing that, right? You got those where you're like you feel.
I thought he was joking at first, and then I realized he in his mind, and he had been famous for way longer and way higher degree than I'll ever be or ever was. Mm-hmm. Like, there's only one way to end this fucking discussion that's going to get through to this drunk lummox on the plane. Hey, look at me. Yeah. Eyes here. No, there's nothing attractive about her. You get it? Alec Baldwin I called to ask to do a movie I was producing, and I said, he goes, let me tell you, I'm doing this new show. Why is everybody holding their laughs on a podcast? Let me tell you how to do this. Mike Catherwood literally just put his hand over his mouth like, I don't want anybody here. Let me tell you, I'm doing this pilot at 30 Rock with Tina Fey. Do you know Tina? I go, no, I know who she is. He goes, well, if this works, let me tell you something. I'm never leaving my fucking house again. And if it doesn't work, I will be doing commercials for tampons. I don't give a fuck. I just want to get paid. And I'm tired of traveling all over the world. It's ridiculous. Have you voted for Anthony Weiner? And that part I made up. And I go, well,
thanks.
How do you think about Charles Schumer? He's a good guy. He loves his politics. They all do, the Baldwin boys. And he goes, so what's going on with you? How are you doing? I go, well, I'm getting married. He goes, did you just get divorced? I go, well, not just, but I was, yes. And he goes, why would you ever put your hand back in the garbage disposal? And I go, because I'm in love. And he goes, what does she do? Don't tell me she's an actress. Is she an actress? I go, she's an actress. Is she a real actress or is she fucking waiting tables? Does she work at Fred Siegel? Makes fucking anklets? She says she's an actress. What does she do? I go, no, she's an actress. She's on a show that's on now. He goes, what show? Las Vegas? And he had been a guest on Las Vegas like a month ago in this conversation. I go, Las Vegas? Long pause. Which one?
Uh-oh.
I go, Nikki Cox. Okay, forget everything I just said.
There you go. You should have, just to fuck with him, you should have been like, Vanessa Marcel. You just go down the list.
Well,
of like,
don't do that, JJ. Don't do that. Don't do that, JJ. She ended Corey Feldman's career. She's got the snapper of doom. She fucked Corey Feldman and he stopped making movies. He did License to Drive. He fucked Vanessa Marcel. It was all over. Yeah, I never had sex with Vanessa Marcel. That's why I keep selling out ukulele arenas. All right.
Speaking with
Hazleton.
Real quick, since you have all these awesome showbiz stories, and you did the Eddie Vedder voice, which reminded me of Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. I'm in Vegas, and I'm at this insane party. Insane. It's a Maxim party for the MTV Video Music
Recently?
Awards. This is 2006.
Sober, Mike.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Recently enough that I'm sober. And I'm there with Kevin and Bean, like Sarah Silverman, Jeff Ross are like rolling in this crew of like really like cool people that are just around for the MTV Movie Awards, and I get to tag along as like this, nobody.
But you're cooler than everybody you just mentioned. No, fuck yes, you are.
No.
There's no doubt about it.
Jeff's awesome. Sarah's awesome.
Sure.
Okay.
But to me, they're like,
right. They're comics.
They're comics that I know.
And Kevin and Bean are, and so Kevin's like, come on.
They're holding you back, man.
They're like, Kevin and Bean are like, come on, you get to come with us. This is going to be, and I'm like, this is so cool. So I'm at this Maxim.
Like Bean scene at all.
No, he left at like 8 o'clock.
Of course he did.
So I'm at this Maxim party where, they're going all out. It's at the Palm and it's MTV Movie Awards weekend. And it was when that one year when they decided to do it in Vegas. They did the MTV show in Vegas. And so things are just going off. And here come the Foo Fighters, and I'm like, oh, there's Grohl, and everything's so cool. What a great party. Michael Jackson rolls through the party.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like I see like, what? This is total no bullshit. In uniform, real Las Vegas PD, not security, in uniform PD, like 20 of them roll into the party out of the blue, right? So I'm like, wow, shit must be going down. Sure enough. This guy, and it's Vegas.
And shit's getting pushed in.
It's Vegas, so I think, oh, that's a really good Michael Jackson impersonator.
Nice.
So we go over there, and Alex, the now producer of the Kevin and Bean show, she's like, dude, that's really Michael Jackson. I just talked to the manager. And I was like, no way.
Shout out to Alex. We love Alex.
Alex is the best.
The best.
So this party's popping off. All these great people.
Michael Jackson is
I saddle up to the
party.
bar to get myself a club soda. And I'm holding a club soda with a lime in it, and I'm making nice with the bartender because I'm the only guy there that's not going, hey, buddy, you fucking better bring me another shot. Everybody trying to outcool the next.
Doing Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions?
Exactly. Saw him this morning. Arnold Schwarzenegger this morning.
Where, church?
No, in Venice Beach, riding his bike. 2 other dudes. Wow. No, thank you. So I'm sitting there, and I'm dressed to the nines, trying to look cool in Vegas, and here comes Josh Homme with the guitar player from Mastodon. He was rolling with him. And he pulls up wearing a full black suit, black tie, the whole day. He's looking like, and the guy's tall and big. And so I'm such a huge Queens of the Stone Age fan. And Caius, too, back in the day. That was like one of the bands that like molded how I wanted to, make music. So I look up at Josh. I was like, "Hey, dude." And he's like, "Hey, man, how are you?" He's pulling on a cigarette, and I go, "Where'd you get the fly suit?" And he turns his head away from me, takes a pull off the cigarette, like the cool guys do it with the in between their fingers, not like in the peace sign fingers, like the pointer finger. Pulls it away, goes
between thumb and forefinger, like a joint.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Joint hold. Very good, sweetie.
And he pulls it out of his mouth. He goes, "At the fly suit store, of course." Puts the cigarette back in his mouth and walks away. I was like,
that's it.
You're so awesome.
Don't you feel? I like that story very much. That's awesome. The fly suit store, of course. Don't you? All right. That's where I buy all of my cargo shorts with duct tape on them.
I dress like a medic in Nam.
I'm walking around with an old suitcase with lyrics in them like Willie Loman. And of course I got this suitcase.
Willie Loman reference.
At the fly suit store. These are my sons. This is my son Hap. He's on tour with us. It's important to be liked. I'm sorry. Thank you, honey. My literary wife. It's important to be well liked. Don't you agree, Hap?
Yep.
All right. This next one goes out to everybody out there.
This goes out to Biff.
This one goes out to Biff and Hap. I appreciate my boys in the hall. Of course, over there is Jeff Ament. Let Jeff know how you feel about his new shirt. We don't give a fuck. So
he makes wine too.
Don't you feel empowered when you're not drinking? And I tell people this that have just recently stopped drinking, and they're like, "It's hard." I go to a bar, and first of all, I'm like, "Well, that's fucking stupid that you're in a bar." I go, "But you're going to get to a point when you're at the comedy club, and they go, 'Can I get you anything?' Or especially at a bar or at a club, and you go, 'I would love a Perrier or a bottle, those little bottles of Evian,' and that becomes this bizarre like badge you wear without wearing or saying a word. To be the guy at like a crazy Maxim party holding a fucking club soda is the coolest shit in the world.
And when you're 20, you like everybody's gonna think I'm a loser. Within 3 years, you're 23. You're like everybody's gonna think I'm the coolest guy in the bar.
Wow, he's not even drinking. I'm fucking hammered.
You know, because like the desire.
Mike, he had the Evian.
Yeah, and people don't even like. My mom even brought that up the other day. She's like, "Do people ever ask you like if you're driving or if something's wrong because you'll be in social?" I was like, "No one ever even." Trip. Like I never in close to 10 years of being fully sober, maybe 5 times someone's even commented on me being in a place where a lot of drinking is going on and not drinking. October 23rd.
When is your birthday? Was that
my sober birthday? Yes, is October 23rd.
I was just straightening it out for everybody. Had a girl. Hi, sweet. God, you're beautiful. Can you believe that shit? I tell her she's beautiful. She says I'm a good liar.
Well, that's because she is not only beautiful on the outside, she's beautiful on the inside, and she doesn't need to start fishing for the compliments.
No, she's never fishes. Her looks are the least of her qualities. But well, it's a whole different podcast. Deconstructing my wife would be an entirely different podcast.
It sounds like Eddie Vedder's book.
Deconstructing my wife. My wife doesn't believe that I really believe that she's beautiful. Small my table. Bah. Me and Beth, all right. All right. I'm going to look at all right.
I'm telling you, that's the next
I'm
podcast.
going to look at
Jay Mohr and Jim Brewer talk rock, and it's all different rock stars.
We'll both do Tracy Morgan back and forth. I love Lemmy. Lemmy is my biological father. So, Hazleton.
Yeah. So I get done with Hazleton. I'm doing good. Move back to LA. Because I'm in between. I have to obviously take medical leave from that semester because I'm spending 4 weeks in Minnesota. So then I take a semester off to move back to LA. Hang out, stay clean. Move back to Jersey, and start smoking weed. Because like
Did you do the full run at Hazleton?
Yeah.
How long was it?
4 weeks, 28 days.
Okay.
That's the standard kind of.
You did say that, sorry. I'm looking out my window for more apartheid vehicles.
And then
more apartheid. We got to put an end to apartheid in our inner cities.
And so I moved back to Jersey to get ready for school, and I started smoking weed because like now I'm like I got my life together and I feel good about myself. But I was like, weed never really was my thing.
That was never my problem.
Yeah. And I've been clean the longest I'd ever been clean at that point. I was like 8 months. I mean. So start smoking weed, go back to the same bar within like 2 weeks where I meet my...
Next to pluck you chicken.
Yeah, and I start drinking, of course. Then I start doing blow again because I meet the guy. Cycle continues. I moved back to LA because I realized that, I'm in a toxic situation being out there. The Jersey punk scene's exploding. I'm not concentrating on school. All I ever wanted to do is be a musician. And, like, I don't really want this life. And I moved back to LA against my parents' best wishes. And I get like I said, a straight gig, and I was doing hanging drywall at this place based out of the South Bay, and I was teaching digital editing, in software at a school, like a broadcasting school in Huntington Beach. Those are my 2 jobs. And then at that time, I would oftentimes get a hotel because I would get so effed up after work in like Hermosa that I just stay in either Torrance or Inglewood or wherever I could because I didn't want to drive back to Pasadena where I was living. So after about, this is mid 2002. So 5 months of moving back to LA and in that same cycle continuing. I'm in a hotel in Inglewood and I'm
How'd you go from Hermosa, Huntington Beach, boom, Englewood.
Well, because
City of champions,
the
baby.
South Bay,
I know.
well, I wouldn't get on the freeway because I was like, that seems like it's probably more likely I'll get pulled over. So I'd go down like Manchester. Next thing I know, I'm like, I'm just pull over the Stays Inn,
City of champions.
And so I'd go and I bought a big handle of whiskey.